Hey folks, this is Mark with ORIENTWatchUSA.com. What you're looking at here is one of the greatest watches that Orient makes in my understanding. This is an Orient Star. This is the retrograde model. Now, the day portion is retrograde. We're going to show you that in a little bit, but take a look at this gorgeous dial. Every line was deliberate to show you how amazing the build quality of the dial is. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at those beautiful hands. That's the retrograde, folks. I'm going to explain this to you later, but it's best to explain it while I show you how to work it. But it's such an awesome mechanical way of showing day. Obviously, this has date. In my opinion, the second most important thing after time on a watch. And right here, it shows 14, but can you look at that beautiful dial? Take a look at that little detail that they have. And of course, if you know Orient watches, one of the real hallmarks of the brand is that many of the watches come with a power reserve indicator. Simply put, it's the fuel gauge of your spring, okay? Your spring carries energy. It just shows you that there's approximately 23 hours left in the spring. It's got a beautiful crown, folks. Now, this is a hand windable movement so that you can use the crown to wind the spring. I'll show you that when we get closer in to the watch, but take a look at all these little, let's call them beauty shots. Wow. The dial is really, I can't speak too much about it because the detail really speaks for itself. Now, in the back of the watch, you can see that it has an exhibition case back, which means you can take a look at the watch. And here is a little look at the clasp, which is a tube button that's folded over with the band. Another quick look at the crown right over there. And what a beautiful shot. That's the balance wheel, folks. Or at least if you're looking at the thing in focus. Alright, so this is the Orient Star. This is an absolutely awesome watch. One of our real true favorites in our office over here. And it's really important that you see the quality on that dial. And not to forget the lume on this watch too. We're going to go to that in a little bit, and you're going to notice that the lume is absolutely gorgeous. Alright folks, so this is Mark with Orient Watch USA. We're going to show you a little closer, in-depth video right after this. Hey folks, this is Mark with Orient Watch USA, and this is a much closer up look to the retrograde. Now, retrograde is a very special type of mechanical feature found on watches, and what it does is, instead of having like a very linear path for a wheel, what it does, it goes, in our case, is the day right there, which you see right over here. It's going to go from Sunday and return back to Monday, skipping Saturday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, right back to Monday. Now, if you think on a mechanical level, that's a very difficult thing to do, and that's why it's regarded as a high function in mechanical watches. So let me go ahead and show you how the retrograde works. I'm going to go ahead and pull this watch out to the first position on the crown. Now, the first position is where I can go ahead and adjust the day and the date. Okay? That's typical in most watches. So at this position, I can now adjust the date. As you can see from the date wheel over here, I'm so sorry about the narrow field of vision, but take a look over here. You can really see the date wheel going. Now if I use the crown and go the opposite direction, you're going to see the retrograde on Sunday. Now back to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That is the retrograde function right there. Just flip right over there. Now, just like many of the watches that we have in our collection, this Orient Star does come with a power reserve indicator. All right, and a power reserve indicator is an absolutely amazing tool. It's, in my opinion, my personal opinion, the third most important thing that you can have on a mechanical watch: time, date, then power reserve. Now, what a power reserve does, it approximates the amount of power there is remaining in the spring. Now, as you know, this watch over here is being powered not by a battery, but by a main spring. But we don't know how much power there is. Well, with a power reserve indicator, it will tell you in units of hours. So at the moment, we have approximately 20 hours left in the spring. And if you let this watch running like this, after every hour, you'll notice the power reserve will reflect a unit one less than what you see right now. Okay? Hope that's very clear. Now, there's two other functionalities on this movement that is actually quite neat. The first one is that it is hackable. When I go to the time setting feature, it's going to stop the watch, so the second will halt. Okay, that's one of them. The second one is that it's also hand windable. I'm going to show you both of them just through a physical example. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you how to hack the watch. Simply take the watch into a time setting feature, which is the second position. I'm in the first position already, so I gotta pull it out one more position out to get to the time setting feature, and you'll notice that the second hand has stopped around the 32-second mark. Let me go show that to you right there. You see that, right? It's went ahead and stopped. Now, what is this used for? Why would I want my watch to stop measuring time? Well, if you want to synchronize your watch perfectly with something like maybe an atomic watch or maybe the internet time to check the accuracy, well, this is one of the easiest ways you can synchronize your watch almost very, very simply. It's a pretty neat feature. Actually, it was much more relevant when they first brought it out during the railroad era, because if you're off by a little bit, you're gonna crash, right? So they synchronize their watches every morning, so that's why a hackable feature exists. Now, in this position, obviously I can adjust the time. Now, you've done this all before, so I'm not going to do this too much, but you know how to adjust time. Now, once I place the watch back in, you'll notice the second hand to go back. And I'm going to take it back to its neutral position so I can show you how to hand wind the movement. 2 steps in. Now I'm ready to go ahead and show you how to wind the movement. Now, the power reserve tells you how much power you got, so naturally, if I wind up the spring, you're going to notice that there's the indicator is going to go towards the 40. Okay? Now, watch me wind out. I'm in a very awkward position doing this little video, so bear with me. And you can already tell I'm at 25. I'm going to take it all the way to 30 for you guys. Okay? You'll notice that it takes very little movement. Be very careful with it, just gentle. And you'll see that I just gave 10 hours of power within like 2 or 3 seconds. Alright folks, so this is Mark with ORIENTWatchUSA.com. Oh dude, I almost forgot to mention, there is an awesome anti-reflective coating on this crystal, and it is sapphire crystal, folks, so none of the appointments here has been neglected. Everything is really top-notch Orient quality. So this is the Retrograde in Black, SDE00002B. Hope to see you wearing one of these soon.